What's going on, everyone? Welcome to an edition of the Vicktory Life Legacy Podcast. I'm your host, owner, and founder, Dwight Vick of the Vicktory Life Movement. And this is a very, very, very special show. A long one coming. I couldn't get these guys on because the father slash coach slash vice president said he wasn't ready, but he's ready now. Joining the Vicktory Life Legacy Podcast, I have my brother, longtime friend, head coach Trolley Faison, vice president of VA Legends, along with his son, star point guard of Osbourn, the Eagles, Tavyahn Faison. How y'all doing, man?
You doing good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. This is gonna be a lot of fun, man. A long time coming because you guys are like family, but at the same time, you both are very low-key people, but yet a lot of people have a lot of love for y'all. Y'all stand out. And I just think, a lot of people need to hear y'all story, man. And I've had the privilege of coaching with you, Charlie. Coached against you one time. We'll talk about that too, back in the Biddy ball days. And Tavyahn, I've coached in football and basketball, and he is arguably one of the best competitors I've ever coached. A dynamic point guard, man. So let's talk about that, Charlie. You guys, I met you, and Tavyahn, I don't know if you remember. So those watching, I heard about Tavyahn a long time ago. So my son Isaiah Vick, we're living in Manassas, and he's at Sudley Elementary. And before you guys moved to Manassas, Isaiah was the fastest, the best at everything. And all of a sudden he's coming home, he's telling me, yo, dad, yo, dad, yo, dad. I got this kid in my class. He thinks he's better than me, man. Tavyahn, we race every day during recess. Tavyahn, what was it like, man, when, I know that's a long time ago now. You're a young man about to be 18, man, but when you think about moving out here to Manassas, Prince William, it was different from you because you're more of a city kid. Like, what was it like, when you think about back in the day?
It was it was a little easy. It wasn't nothing different.
Okay.
It was good. It was it was competitive coming out here though. Not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be sweet. Nah, none of that. So it was good though.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think that's probably one of your best attributes is you're very competitive. Your dad has coached you in football and basketball. Your mom has been your rock as well. Just talk about like your competitiveness. Do you get that from your mom, Reese? Is it your uncles, your aunts? Is it just like is that just you? Like, where do you get that from?
Yeah, my father and my
For
mom.
real?
But
Both.
yeah. They always compete. Down Tucker Road, I used to watch them play basketball. All they did was talk. It was competitive. It was physical. And when I watched that growing up, I took a lot of it and put it in my game and stuff. So yeah, I take a lot of that from my father.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. Well, I never really got a chance to see your dad play because when we became friends, he coached with me. He was still hooping, but when he was hooping, I was working, and then he got hurt when he hurt his Achilles, so he hasn't really been able to do it like that. But Charlie, talk about it, man. You are from DC,
Yes,
um,
sir.
and it's crazy, man, because DC, you hear so much about the culture, the go-go, but sports is real big in DC, man, as well, man. Just talk about like what got you into sports, man, and what you play and who were some of the people that you used to play with and who influenced you into and all of that.
Basketball just came natural to me. It was just one of those. It's a DC thing. We got our own swag. We do our own thing. We wasn't known back then. Nobody really knew what DC was until like the Victor Pages and all these guys. But it's been hoopers. I've been hooping down Tucker Road for so long, going to Maryland University, playing against some Georgetown players, playing against Maryland freshman team. It's just basketball, man. We put it all on the line. Like KD say, we on our way. And now here we go. It's the young boy time. I can't. My time is up. And growing up in DC, you had to be a little tough. If you wasn't tough, you weren't going to last. It's like
Yeah,
anywhere else that you live, 757, Chicago, anywhere. Well, it's just up. We just bucket. As KD would say. That damn beef, we all about buckets. We gonna get our buckets, ain't nothing you can do about it. But yeah, now growing up, man, people say so much about DC. To where I'm at now. And we're gonna keep pushing. Like I say, I'm glad to meet you because you helped me out a lot. as the big brother, I had to sit down and listen to you and do what we do best.
Yeah, it's funny you said
And
that,
hopefully
man. So
DC the VA party.
yeah, it's funny you said that because when I remember meeting you, I remember meeting you. I was coaching football and basketball, and I was at Manassas Park, and then Big Zach Terrell started the Warriors. And he was like, "Hey, man, I'm trying to get Slim. I'm trying to get Slim. Talking about Tay, your son. I'm trying to get him to
Mm-hmm.
join, Isaiah and them." He said, "Go talk to his dad. He coaching right over there." And I go over there. I was like, "Excuse me, can I talk to you?" You look at me like this. You're like, "Yo, can't you see I'm coaching? I'm watching the game." I'm like, "Yo, this dude." He looked like, I was like, man, what's this dude's thing? And then thank God for my homegirl, your wife, your beautiful wife, Reese. She's like, I'll take your phone number. Give me the card. I'm like, okay, I'll give you the registration form. But then I saw this, and this I want to highlight in your legacy podcast, you and your son. This one I want everyone to know that don't know you. You have an immense amount of love for children, kids, players. I mean, I've coached with you in football and basketball. When a kid catches a cramp, injuries, you'll stop, run on the court. It don't matter if we tied at 60 or they've been talking trash. You love kids. Like you care about kids or other teams' kids that we coached for a few years that went to other programs. Even though you got that rough side to you because of where you're from, your passion for coaching and mentoring kids is very similar to mine. We just do it in different ways, but the results are the same. Where's that come from? Is that just because you grew up in a tight family? Like you love children, man. Where's
Yeah,
that come from?
it come from the family. My mom, she raised me. I got a big family. It's me and my brother. So nah, it's just somebody got to care about them. You know what I mean? Like everybody don't have what we have. Everybody can't get what we get. If I see a kid down, I'm gonna help a kid. I don't care who kid it is. If I don't know him, if I do know him, it's my job to help him. Because when I was young, that's how it was. It was a village. If you do something, your mom gonna know the person that coached you. They gonna do what they, gonna talk to you. But that's the problem with the world now. It's too many of us turning and saying, "Oh, that's not my child. I don't care." It's a child. It's a kid. Just like you lived your life, let this kid live their life. I'll never tell my son what to do or what not to do, but I'll tell him my experience on life. So that's for any kid I coach. Your kid, Isaiah, that's my nephew. I ain't gonna let him go out here and just do anything. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just somebody gotta change the culture of the cycle of life. If I keep telling my son, be this, be that, be a thug, that's what he's gonna grow up to do. So my motto was always for him, long as you go play hard as you can. You give me everything you got, I can't question, I can't ask you. God got your role. He already know what you're supposed to be doing, how it's gonna happen for you. So always put the kids first. Our time is up. We had our time. I can't go back and play basketball or football. That's what's wrong with the world. They need more of us. And there's a whole lot of dads out here. So once we start doing that big, I think it'll be better, man. I'm gonna continue doing it till I'm here. I'm gonna
Yeah,
continue.
yeah,
It's a
absolutely,
mom
man.
thing. I'm a mama's boy, so that's where it came from. Be honest, I'm a mama's boy.
Tavyahn, man, you got great parents, man, and you said you recall growing up and watching your dad and his people's hoop and compete, man. Just talk about your family, man. Like one thing about it, I remember when I coached you in football, they would come deep, but in basketball, when we started our AU thing, I mean, it would be a whole section, and they would have T-shirts and flyers and flags and I mean, I mean, they did everything but tailgate in the parking lot, man. So that village you got is real, man. Just talk about what your mom and dad and your extended family mean to you because that has to feel good to have that kind of support, right?
Yeah, it feels amazing. It's a lot of us, and we if one
Yes.
one of if one got a game, we all gonna try to make it. It's like I don't even know how to explain. It's like it's a lot. It's like how you explain. Uh,
We here.
yeah, it's
We
like
here. Like,
we all gonna be we all there for each other. That's what it is. For we all make each other better. We all support each other. We all come as a family and group together and all that. One thing we is that we is a village. Like my uncle, he got 19, 20 kids, nephews,
Hey.
Yeah, so it's a lot of it. Just on my dad's side, it's a lot. In my mom's side, we all come deep. We all have family gatherings, all that. So it's really important to me too that they all come out and support. We all come out and support each other. That's what it really matters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they come with their energy too, man.
yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna bounce back to your dad because this is a question I know a lot of people want to know, and this is something I've been asked and I don't have the answers to. So Tavyahn, you might remember when we started this whole thing. He did it once in football, but it didn't take off. But we started coaching AAU together under the Hokies, and we became the legends. In all those years, Trolley has the clap, "Let me out, coach." And I remember one time we were playing, anytime we crossed that bridge and played Maryland and DC teams, it was intense. And I will never forget this. We had the old run and shoot up in Suitland where KD and them grew up playing, where they still have the Athletic Republic, where they still have tournaments now. We in the game, we might have been playing John Wall or somebody's team. And I remember the entire crowd was doing the clap. And I'm not going to do it now on my show and mess it up because it's a certain rhythm to it. And then he started yelling from the bench, I'm coach and standing up. Let me out, coach. And he started doing the clap. Coach, man, Charlie, where in the world where'd that come from? Was that something one day? Is that something from like Southeast? Is that something it is, freestyle, it hits you? Where did that come from, man?
It hit me right then and there. It was the energy. We feed off the energy. I understood our kids. I understood their son. When the pressure get tough, they used to always look around, wondering what's going on, how we gonna do something. So to get their mind off of what they doing, let me out, coach. We ain't gonna let our parents argue about that. So every time we had an argument about the fight or anything, we give them the clap. Let me out, coach. As we do it, you have to realize the more energy they got. It was just
Yeah,
something to say, this is us. This is the VA level. This is nobody else. What nobody else doing this until the VA legend did. So now everybody's doing it. So I feel good about it. It was just a spur of the moment. I said that my team was down a little bit, but you see when we made that clap, what happened? We back. We here.
yeah,
It was just a
yeah.
spur of the moment thing, man. That's all.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man, because it's like it became my thing, man. I would see the team waiting to play in the corner, waiting for our game to finish, and you started and they start doing it.
Yes.
And then I see little kids doing it with the little shimmy and everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Then you
sir.
had the shirt with it made, man. I think that's probably one of the biggest highlights I have with being part of the VA Legend family, our AU organization, and the clap. And it's just a really great thing. I will always remember that. But I want to talk to you, Tavyahn, about this in regards to your dad. Like, you know, one thing, and it's a family-friendly show, so I'm giving the clean version. Isaiah's told me over the years, you and Isaiah Tavyahn had it harder because y'all playing for y'all dads. Y'all were playing for me and your father. But it wasn't so much we were biased, but we were harder on y'all than anybody, but yet we allowed y'all to be yourself. Just talk about like you played for him in the football, basketball. I know he talks to you when he gets home, but how was it over the last several years, man, just playing for your father, man? What was it like, man? Because there were times in the huddle and timeouts. I remember playing at Boo Williams, and even we went up to Spooky New. I didn't know it early on the first year. Full disclosure for everybody watching and listening, I didn't know what the heck was going on early on because they would talk. I said, "Yo, they about to wreck," and then Tavyahn go out and get 3 steals, 6 straight points, and then they dapping each other up. I said, "Oh, this is their thing. They not this. They getting each other going." But that was my recollection of it. What was it like playing for him? You know what I'm saying? Like all those years, because it's been in a long time. Like, how was it?
It was good. It was hard because he always pulled out. He always pulled something out of me every time. Like every time he argued with me, he'll argue with me over something dumb. Like it wouldn't be even about basketball. He would just say something just to make me mad, and we go back and forth. And I always click. He always be. And I ain't realized that until I got older, into the years when every time he yell at me or get on me, it's for the better of me. It makes me go harder every time. So it was it was hard, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every moment of it.
Yeah, man, he pushed you, man. I remember there was a game one time. I can't remember who we were playing, but he told you, he's like, "You're playing soft. You're playing trash." You were like, "What? Shut up." And then I said, what? And then you went out there and swatting shots and taking charges, man. It was a sight to see, man. It was really cool. But at the same time, I mentioned, his better half, your mom. Your mom, though. Your mom, I can hear her. And what's funny is, and I'm gonna say it on this show right now, Trolley gets a lot of the heat because he's coaching you. He's right there. He's louder. But your mom will push you to another limit and another level too. Talk about your mother's love and how she challenged you as a player and to be the best version of yourself. What your mom does.
My mom, she was a sweet, calm, crazy. The way she'll get on me so calmly, nicely. But I know the way she's saying it, if she's saying it another way, and she'll be cussing me out. But I get it from her too, because when I get home, she'll tell me what I did wrong, what I do right. She'll push me. She'll call me, tell me go training. She was the mom that kept me on the right path, kept me straight, tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, what I need to start doing, what I need to do to make myself better. So yeah, it was good support by her. And
Yeah, man, it was. Now, you, I've always said you my favorite point guard. I love coaching you, man. We won a lot of games together, man, a lot of games. And you and Tay Barber, people don't know this. You and him came up with the logo VA Legend. People
yeah,
don't. You and him. It was you and Tay Barber that came up with it. And the name, I was talking about VA Kings or something. I didn't. Y'all were like, bro, we're not going with that, Vic, Coach Vic. We're not. Yeah, but you're part of a special group, man. The initial VA Legends, man. But at the same time, you are also a very dynamic football player. Talk about the fact that you were so really good at football that people were really upset when you got the OP and then Osbourn and didn't play right away. Like, what was it like to play football and why'd you take a break from it?
I took a break because I had a concussion, and grandma she ain't play about them concussions. But I was a little upset I ain't play either my early years. But when I came out, it was like second nature. Like I'm right back at it. It was nothing new, nothing too crazy. It was just second nature. But it was good coming back. It was actually amazing. I wish I would have played all 4 years in football. So yeah,
What do you think? And I've never asked you this ever, so it's good I'm asking you this now. This is going to be a raw, uncut answer. Which one is your better sport? Because I will tell you,
I
Coach
think
Copeland told you ain't let me finish. This is football, so it's football. Football's your better sport, even though
yeah.
right now you averaging, even right now you averaging 27.1 points a game. Football's your better sport.
I want to say football because I'm physical. I like to get down and dirty. I don't care how big, how small. You gonna get it the worst way in football. But yeah, I think football is my sport.
So
If I
football, are there some athletes like you grew up admiring, like quarterbacks, running backs, safeties? Is there any players that when you watch games now, or even back in the day when you were youngin? Are there some players that you just always had to check for? Or you watch their YouTube clips and stuff?
Tavon knows that's still my favorite player to this day. Tavon knows.
Mm,
I used to always
mm.
watch him every time, every game before the Warriors. I was always watching Tavon knows the highlights before a game. That's my favorite player. So
Yeah, yeah. You were physical. I remember we scrimmaged the older kids, Mari and them, and Isaiah Perry and Makai and all of those guys. And Isaiah was a DN, and you were on the outside linebacker. You played safety, and you came over there. I think you came up corner and you laid the wood.
I
I
think
thought we had to. You remember that?
yeah, that's what
The scrimmage stopped.
Big Zach was they come my way, and then they started talking, and that's when B House was holding me, and as soon as he let me go, I went head on Makai. And I try to kill that boy, but yeah, yeah,
Man, oh man. Coach Charlie, man, it must feel good to have a son that's a dynamic athlete. But I want you to talk from a father perspective, man. Like, one thing you and I, we've had some deep conversations because we're not only coaches to these kids, but we've been their mentors, their father figures. you have a lot of sons and nephews you claim, not just through VA Legends, but throughout Prince William County, the DMV. But just talk about your son, man. What a blessing he's been in your life, man. I see sometimes when Reese posts those old pictures of you back in the day and you holding, I'm like, dang, yo, that's crazy. They men now. But just
Yeah,
how has it been to coach your son, to be around him through sports and seeing him grow up, man? Just that perspective of being a father.
Proud of him. He did what he set out to do. I'm gonna lay it on the line for everybody. Every skill he got, every move he do, he learned it on his own.
Mm.
And it's not a daddy taught him no. He went out there and did it on his own. Me as a father of this one, oh, I'm proud, man. I'm proud. He did everything his way. He ain't do it because the daddy said do it. He did it because he wanted to do it. Me as his dad, I'm happy for him. I'm proud for him. I just want him to keep going to that level. But be honest, I ain't know he was that good in basketball.
Really?
Yes, to me, football was always was that sport. And then he got, like he said, he got his concussion. He said, Dad, I want to play basketball. Let's do it. And stuff he do now, Vic, I still be like, it surprised me as his dad. He's a humble kid. He don't walk around beating his chest saying he's this and he's that. No, he just taking him. Like we always say, he's the best kept secret. I'm gonna keep saying it to the day
Oh,
I go.
that's facts.
He's my
He
best kept
is.
secret. Now he's not a secret anymore. If
Mm-hmm.
he's still a secret to y'all, I'm sorry, but that's my best kept secret. That's my best friend. That's my son. That's my brother. That's my nephew. It's different
Mm-hmm.
level to him. When I coached him at basketball, he was a player of mine. He wasn't my
Mm-hmm.
son at the moment. No. After the game, yeah, his son daddy. But on his basketball court, it's coaching day. People wonder why I made him get in arguments. We would never argue. It was just the game I was playing with him.
Yep.
Not when he was younger. At biddy ball, playing against y'all. I knew if I get on him, he'll play harder. Because the whole thing with him is the more we get on him, he's going to play hard just to shut us up. So he got to be helped. I'm helping him. He helping me. Like I told him, basketball just wasn't for him or being around all y'all. It helped me too. It helped me to understand how to be a father, how to be a big brother. Because at this point in time in life, it's different kids got different problems, and I took into that too. So with him, he helped me more than I really helped him. If that makes any
Mm-hmm.
sense,
No, it makes a lot of sense.
he kept me out of a
And
lot of trouble. So
yeah, yeah. And it's amazing too. And I'm gonna go on record and say this for everybody watching this when I run this show. It's interesting, man, because for those that don't know, if you ever watch Coach Trolley, when you coach Tavyahn, for those, and I can go on record because I was the head coach, I would keep Tavyahn in the entire game because I trusted him as my point guard. I would take him out. Now, when I took him out, he had choice words for me some games. But he was like, yo, he mumbled too. I said, what? Nothing, man, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But Crawley would be the first one to tell me, he was like, hey, man, hey, Vic, don't take him out. My son don't got to play the whole game. And this is the thing that's crazy about it, Tavon. I know this year with Osbourn, we're going to touch on a little later about the dynamics of the team, new coach, and don't have that many experienced players. But if you're on a team with experience, you would give up. I've seen you drive and have a layup and dish it out for a three. You were to the point where you were so unselfish, so humble, you wouldn't look to get 25 unless the team needed that. Um, why do you think you were so unselfish? And you still are unselfish. Is that something where you enjoy seeing other players get in their groove, or are you just doing what a point guard does? I just always curious of the mindset of a point guard because you're a combo guard because you can score and defend, but you also don't mind passing and have been a willing passer. Like, where's that come from?
when I got when we had a team full of dogs, and I didn't really have to put the ball in the basket as much. And I like getting assists. I like giving flashy passes and all that. So like passing was always my thing. Like I love passing. I I don't really got to score. If I don't got to score, I won't score unless I got to. But passing, that was my thing. I always Isaiah, Tay, Ryan, Trey. We was a team full of dogs, so they can have the spotlight. I'm just give y'all the downs. That's what I like. I don't like. scoring.
You know what? But you're doing. We're gonna talk about that in a second. But you're doing a damn good job at Osbourn doing that. And I'm glad you said so. I'm gonna say this in the mic again. You heard him, ladies and gentlemen. We had a team full of dogs. If you look around the Cedar Run district right now, even though Brady Page ain't playing basketball, Brady was killing it. You killing it. Trey Terrell, Tay Barber, Ryan, TP, Grant Polk, Phoenix Shahati. Trolley and I put together an outstanding squad where I'm looking around, man. You know, we would have forgotten young men. The next thing you know, we put that team together when you guys were in fifth and sixth grade, and everybody is eating right now, man. I'm honored by that. Miles Lanier, I can't name everybody, forget everybody, but you know, Charlie, when you talk about VA legends, sometimes I pinch myself. Real talk, I'm like, wow. A handful of years ago, we sat down, me, you, Reese, Michelle Martin, Tay Barber's mother, and we came up with a game plan. And we were like, we're going to put together our own organization. And you and Kevin, Trey Terrell's stepdad, pushed me to do that because I was like, man, we good with the Hokies, man. You listen, for everybody watching, listening, this man, Trolley Faison, we talk all the time, but during that time, he called me every day like I owed him money. He was like, Vic, what you doing? We got to do it. All the while, Tavyahn and Tay Barber are putting together the logo. And then we put together the VA Legends. And we're not on a shoe circuit, but in the last several years, because we're still a newer, but we've been around a while now, we put together a really good quality organization where we have a lot of kids checking for us. We had a girls team one year. I'm very proud of what you and I have done. You're the vice president, I'm the president, but it's like we're both in charge. When you look at what we're doing for Prince William County, especially the Manassas, Gainesville, Manassas Park, Manassas City side, what kind of pride do you have in being a VA legend? What does that mean? What is a VA legend?
What they saying, VA legend, bro. Like I keep saying, when you love underdogs, nobody wanted us, nobody expected us. Oh, they just a local little team. Everybody know who we are now. Like you said, you look in the papers of the Nova Heats and all that. Where them kids come from? They VA legends. We breed them. They want that we gave them anything they already had. Nobody else believed in it but us. Welcome to VA. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm from DC. But my son was raised here. All these kids that, like I said, at that recreation center, that where it all started from, me and Vick coaching together against each other with me and Kevin. They gave us 6 girls. You know what I'm saying? But we pulled it out anyway. But at the end of the day, it was just kids that was home. They was just as home than we was. So, they said, hey, we want this. We gave it to them. So we gave them what they wanted. They gave us what we wanted. And now we the VA legends. So everybody need to come out and see us. We got some young teams coming up. Mm-hmm. Like I say, when our older kids come home from college, we hope that they come back and get back to the younger kids. They got younger kids, look up to them. Mm-hmm. So for me, I always told you, Vic, when they win, I don't want to get in the picture. I really ain't do nothing. It's about them. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's never going to be about Coach Vick or Coach Trolley because we humble guys. We don't walk around making all that noise. No, we don't do that. Our play speaks for itself. Yeah. And it's always been that way. It's always going to be that way. And we VA legends in life, man. We built it.
No doubt.
Me, you, and the family. We're a village. The family don't know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm happy to be a VA legend, man.
Well said, man. And by the way, some of y'all are wondering who might not be familiar. A lot of our kids started off in a very competitive rec league, Manassas Park Rec League, Biddy Ball. Yes, only coached against Trolley one time. I remember Isaiah and CJ, Cedric Jackson Jr., and Jackson Poteet, who was a baseball player, were my big 3. And Trolley had Trey Corn, shout out to Trey Corn, Tavyahn, and Nick, and they had a squad. And Isaiah said all week long, we were matched up and we were going to play them. And Tavyahn would walk in the hallway and hold up the L sign. He was like, and that was a big game. It was packed. And we thought we had him. CJ's cousin, Dedrick Jackson Jr., had a steal and made the layup and traveled. We ended up tying. There was no overtime. So Trolley didn't beat me and I didn't beat him. But I remember, look, this is what I mean about competitive nature. I remember I said something to Trolley. I wasn't even talking trash. He said, somebody ain't talking to you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Kevin Coram, Trey's dad looked at me. He was like, "Yeah, don't worry about that, man. Yeah."
Yeah.
It's the blessing of competition and getting kids together. But Tavyahn, I do want to talk about a difficult time in your career. One thing I think the reason why I shout you out so much on every platform, obviously I'm biased to you because you're like a son to me, my nephew. I've coached you. You were a dynamic point guard to coach, but your career, your path hasn't been easy. Um, you are a tough physical guard. You fought through cramps, fractures, but unfortunately, man, like you were at Osbourn Park and, your freshman year, you came in, Coach Coleman wanted you badly. I mean, he came to all your games. He wanted you, Trey. He really wanted the whole squad, but he got you and Trey Terrell, and he waited to play y'all. And then he would play y'all, then take you out, and it wasn't consistent. There was some disagreement on the coaching staff. But then when he finally started y'all, your freshman year, y'all end up winning 3 out of your last 4, including beating John Champ at John Champ. And the following year, your sophomore year starting, and then there was some games missed. There was miscommunication between the AD and the coach, and you still had a very good season. And you would have had a better season. I'm not blaming Coleman. I'm putting it out there. It was just inconsistencies. And it seemed like you were not getting the full respect that you should have gotten. But you never complained. You never tweeted, went on Instagram. You played well. And then after that, Coleman was fired. And then you end up going to Osbourn. And Coach Sherman Rivers said on record on another podcast that you were the most consistent player last year. But then my longtime and good friend Rocky Carter was let go, unfortunately, right? So you've had multiple coaches. Now you're at Osbourn, a new coach, and Coach Dermia, and you've never complained. You never talked about, well, you know what, I'm gonna reclass, I'm gonna go to private school, or they don't know what they're doing. If anything, you responded with great games. You're playing hard. You're dropping 27 and 29 and 26. You're passing the ball. You're playing on both ends. Obviously, you're one of the best guards, arguably the best guard, in my opinion, in the Cedar Run District and definitely in Prince William County. But I want to talk about the adversity you face. Has it been hard, or are you like, you know what, it is what it is? I mean, because that's a lot of coaches, a lot of change too.
Kind of, it's kind of both. I like sometimes I be thinking like, yeah, it is what it is. It makes me play harder. It makes me go 10 times harder. I don't really need to complain about it because it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's what life throwing at me. So they life gonna throw a curveball. So that is what it is. I'm gonna fight through it, play harder, show what I gotta prove. So I gotta prove a lot. So I gotta show it. I'm gonna bring it out. So that's what it is.
Do you feel like you've had to prove a lot your whole life?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, not not
Not
necessarily.
your whole life, but sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes yeah, I be having to prove myself. So because people always sleep, so that's why I want you. That's why I want you. So that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. And Charlie, I know you're a father slash coach, but that's your son, and you and I are close. But just share your thoughts on seeing your son overcome that adversity because you know, I look at my son and other kids in the district and in the DMV, having the same coach and the same classrooms, and it helps with being familiar and comfortable. Your son has had to go through a different path where some things were promised and it didn't happen, but he never changed. If anything, he played harder. But just your thoughts about like seeing your son persevere through that adversity and the changing in coaches and different things that didn't happen.
Like, like I was upset at first. It's like don't. My thing was with him. Don't tell him something that you're not going to. He that kid that if you tell him you're going to be there, he's going to look for you to be there. But it got to a point that he put it all on his shoulders. This is what I'm gonna do. That I was that dad. Like, man, come on, we about to go to another school. Nah, dad, I'm tired of going to another school. I'm just gonna stay here and I'm gonna rough it out. And guess what? I'm on your side, Shawty. Like everybody role is different. So you done been through it all. You done been through it all. You done played with takeover coaches. You done played with the BA legend coaches, Osborne, OP. You had all these different coaches, and you still being you. He never changed who he was. He always been Tavyahn. The Tavyahn, when he was sixth in the fifth grade or 10th like it's this Tavyahn. That's just him. We always told him humble. Stay humble. You ain't gotta poke your chest out and nah, like don't bring no attention to yourself. But when you get it, let everybody know. It's my time. Like I tell him this year, it's a hard year for him. I was telling him the whole year, this is what it's gonna be. That's what he said, man. I already know that, but I got it. And as a
Mm.
father, you gotta let him go. You gotta let him go at one point in life. So this is the time I'm letting him go. I'm letting him do what he do. And we having fun. We've been having fun this whole ride. We're gonna continue riding it out. Like we say, the man upstairs got his plan for him. He's
Yes.
sticking to it. So
Yes, he does.
you gotta
Yeah.
finish.
Yeah. Tavyahn, I did ask you about football, and you said Tavon Austin, but basketball. I mean, being a combo guard that can score, defend, you can attack the basket. By the way, that dunk you tried against South County was OC. Me and Isaiah were looking at that. Isaiah, when he was like, yo, I mean, you missed it, but I was like, yo, you trying to dunk from the 5 line on dude, yo. But hey, I meant to text you that night, man. But um, who are some guards you like watching? I'm always curious, man, because today's game is definitely guard friendly, man. There's some guards you check for, like if when you have time, you watch NBA, college, anybody you check for?
My favorite guard is Sharif Cooper. I love watching his game. He's smooth. He quiet. He'll give you a quiet 30 and still have a game. And yeah, he just smooth. I always watched him growing up, especially when he was in high school. That's when my favorite time watching Sharif Cooper. And
Yeah,
that's probably the only guard, him and Kyrie, that I really watch
I
on
was
TV.
wondering if you're gonna say Kyrie.
Yeah, I be trying to.
um, yeah, no. What are some games? Obviously, in the district, you have a lot of familiar faces. Your last go around, your senior year. Are there some games you circle on your? Not so much like on some get back as per, but just like, oh yeah, I love when we play them, or I can't wait. Are there some games and some teams you're looking forward to?
Definitely Patriot. That's gonna be probably the game of my life. I'm gonna have to play that game. It's always sick because I ain't never beat them out of all my 4 years. Living bad for Patriots gonna be fun this year. Though. It's gonna be a lot. I'm playing against a lot of my brothers, so I know we're gonna be going at it, and they not gonna take it easy on me. I'm not gonna take it easy on them. So
I love it. I love it, and I hate it.
yeah,
People say, "Why are you so quiet?" I said, "Because it's like a family. Because y'all look now on the flip side, when I coach y'all, we doing inter squad scrimmaging and we practicing. I let y'all go at it because I'm coach. And when y'all did, y'all used to go at it. But when it's a game, I'm like, man, because I'm cheering for you. And when Trey's playing, I'm cheering for Trey and Brendan and all. And then Isaiah and Tay, and when Tay was with y'all last year, it's a blessing. For me, I just take it all in. But I've already heard from them, the Patriot boys. They already know, like when they see you, you come in. That's what you do. Yeah, and you've had some great games last year, man. At Patriot, you played very well. You and Trey came out, and y'all were going at it, man. That's great, man. I think iron sharpens iron, and that's the great thing about when you have brothers playing. I mean, you guys have been going at it for years, if you think about it, since y'all were 6 and 7 years old, man. Now y'all on the brink of being 18. That's a long time of competing against your
long,
brothers, man. It's a
long.
long time, man. That's great, man. I'm gonna be sitting
Time.
there. Yeah. Coach Charlie, man, you talk about, we talked about all the kids and you talk about the paper, man. And I highlighted earlier in the show how much you love coaching the kids and how you just love kids in general, man. When you take a step back and you look at a lot of your young men, I know we got some younger kids coming up in the younger divisions, but when you look at, your son and all these players being seniors now, and CJ doesn't play anymore, but you got Zach Groves, you got Miles on there who's going to Virginia State, and Miles does everything from singing and plays and mayor of the city. You just have a lot of young men, Ryan, all the kids that have, even the kids like Grant and all of them. How do you feel when you see that? When you look around the region and you say, man, I've had these kids since they were little and look at them, they still come up to you and give you hugs and dap you up, man. How's that feel, bro?
It feel good, man. Like I did something. I don't know what it is. Like I say, you know me. I don't like to be like this is something new to me.
I
You
know,
know,
I
like,
know.
but now I'm proud of all them kids, man. We set out a goal for them, and they went out and did it. They did it the best that they could. I coached them. Me and you coached them the best that we could, and I'm proud of all of them. I'm proud of every last one of them. And we said it. Didn't we say this though? We said it.
Yeah, we
It
said
ain't
it.
like something new to us. We already seen that. Yeah, they the top players. This is just a BA legend thing, and it might be some of my ways of coming from DC. It was different for me when I came out here. I was like, man, what is going on? Why is these? You know me, but I used to always. Why is these kids so soft? That's all I think. Like, why? What's going on? Then I had to realize, like, it's just it's just a different era. My era, we had to be tough. They don't
Hmm.
come outside. They wasn't doing stuff like that. So any chance I can get to pull a kid in the gym for 2 hours, long they with us, and we know they're not getting in no trouble, and they doing what they gotta do. All our kids is in school. Nobody's getting in trouble. So I'm proud of that, and I'm also proud of the family. I got a whole different family from some kids I never knew. They respected me from day one. Like, it ain't like
Hmm.
they grew up with me. Nah, they respected me from day one. I didn't treat them no different than I treated my son. I pushed Isaiah harder than I pushed Tate.
You
I
did.
know Isaiah used to be like, man, what? Just leave me alone. I'm not gonna leave you alone. No, because I knew your talent. I knew how far you could get, but you just want to find and push yourself. Right with Tate Barber, everybody, all he can do is shoot jump shots. No, he can't. Now we gonna work the post. Now we gonna
Hmm.
now he knows to go inside outside with Tavyahn, my son. Like you said, he used to always want to pass. So I came to him one day and said, all right, when you gonna start putting some points on the board? Man,
Hmm.
I realized in his head and in my head that I can score whenever I want, but if I give everybody else the ball, they'll forget about me. And that was the whole thing about the VA Legends and me coaching them. Everybody forgot about y'all, so now we gonna, like Vick said, we're gonna give you your flowers, and they earned it, not me. I didn't do too much, but I was definitely proud of them. And if I helped them on anything in their basketball career, I appreciate it. But it's all about them, not about us,
No,
man. It's their
no,
turn.
man. If you've done more, you've done a lot. You've done a lot. Just a few more questions as we wrap up, man. This has been so much fun. Tavyahn, not to give away any secrets, because we can pop on the tape, but just to hear from your mouth, man, what is, when you talk about your game, scouting yourself, when you say, yo, this is what I know. It don't matter if it's raining, snowing outside, or if we about to go to war. I'm always gonna do this. When it comes to your game, in your basketball game, what is the two things you're going to be able to showcase every night? Is it defense? Is it what is two things that you always going to do when you step on the court?
Number one, definitely defense. That's probably my. I love playing defense. People don't really take advantage of defense. They want to be lazy, laid back. Defense probably one of the easiest things on the court to me. And I also like I also like driving. If I get to the cup, strong, physical, keep going my shoulder, get to the bucket, people not gonna want to keep taking that hit, that bump, that extra bump. So it's another easy thing for me that I like to do. So those are the two main things I like to do.
And what's one thing, even though we're all a work in progress as people, what's one thing on the court you got to keep getting? You're doing okay, but you got to keep getting better at.
Knocking down shots, shooting from all around, mid ranges, threes, all of those type of things. I think I'm getting there now, but I think I'm gonna improve myself doing.
Yeah, and with Osbourn this year, you guys have gotten off to a good start. It's a long season between the November, December, January, and February, so it's a long season for everybody. But who are some of your teammates at Osbourn that people may not be familiar with, or who also? I know you've been getting the headlines, and rightfully so. But who is there a player or two that you've been pleased with that have been coming on strong that you like? Okay, yeah, I can rock with my man.
Elijah White, that he that he a good secret. He the best kept secret. That's another best kept secret. They all young J. They was playing JV, so nobody really knew about them. Devin Wilson, he another tough bucket, but he don't know it yet. But when he gets to realize it, his name gonna pop out. So those two,
Yeah,
those two, my
no
dog.
doubt,
Yeah.
no doubt. And you know, we unfortunately I do want to touch on this because I think it's something important, especially with us having this platform, man. We this year have lost a few people in the VA Legends family, man. Michelle Martin lost her father, God rest his soul. And then unfortunately we lost our guy Mike Keenan, Ryan Keenan's father, man. VA Legends account posted about him. The entire team, or at least 90% of the team, was at the funeral. Mike was a huge part of the VA Legend family. You know, we have such an extended family from Cedric and Dedrick, Zion and SK and so many of us, man. We didn't meet by coincidence. It was God's plan. So losing Mike is like losing a legend. He's part of us. And Mike, nobody after Trolley and the clap let me out, coach. I could look and hear Mike taking on officials,
Mm,
talking to other teams, and one thing for me is I remember we beat McLean in the Fairfax County Travel League, and they was hot for several reasons. And then I hear from Trolley and Trey Terrell's uncle, that Mike was in front of the car, staying in front of the car because he felt dude was out of pocket towards my son and our team. And that's a funny memory, but in all seriousness, Tavon, I'll let you go first. And say it in your own words, man. What did you love about Mike, man, and what are you gonna miss about him, man?
I love everything about Coach Mike. He took me in as his own. He always had my back. He always tried to give me the color pages. That's what he was trying to give me the color pages. I, I love Coach Mike with a passion.
Mike was trying to get everybody together. I didn't know that. Look at that. He tried to get you, but that's because he liked you like I like you. Well,
Yeah,
actually, he loves you like I love
he was that was a man of all. He was crazy. That's one thing about it. He
you.
was
Yes.
he was crazy. He was way different from Ryan. Ryan, the quiet, laid back one. But he don't. That's one thing I can't say about him. He did not play about us. He didn't play about the family. And I'm a miss everything about Coach Mike. That was one that one hurt when I got the news. That one hurt pretty bad. It hurt bad, but
No doubt.
that
Yeah.
was, yeah. He was
What
probably
about you?
my favorite.
What about you, Charlie?
Hey, man, he was the dog. Mike had our back when we was right or wrong. It was like that's another brother that I had added to my family. Like I say, he loved my son. I love his son. He never told me if I was wrong, I was wrong. If I was right, I was right. But like we always say, Mike always had our back, for the good or bad. Like when we lose, he'll be the first one out there. Hey guys, don't worry about it. Keep your head up. We'll get the next one. He always had encouragement. So that's gonna be a hard one for me when we go into games and not be able to see him there. But Mike was Mike. Like y'all say, Mike was crazy, but Mike was crazy for his kids. Like he not
Yes.
he's not gonna let you talk no disrespectful or say stuff out of pocket that ain't need to be said. They kids. If they playing
Mm-hmm.
basketball, your kid leave you, walk out the door. But I knew that day I could take Mike anywhere with me. Mike had my back.
Anyway,
My back. I don't care what nobody say. If nobody else ain't got your back and he with you, Mike had your back. So yeah,
facts.
sir, sir. So we're gonna have to carry Mike along with us. He's still, he's not here, but he here. We still got him in our heart. I love him to death. I love his family. Ryan know he's like another son to me. So if he ever need anything, we here. He a family,
Mm-hmm.
family, man. I don't care how old they get.
No
I'm
doubt.
I'm gonna miss him though.
Man,
Early,
me too.
early morning.
Yeah, man. Miss him, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, look, hey, we're gonna wrap up the show with this, gentlemen. And God bless Mike, Tracy, Ryan,
Yeah.
Megan, the whole family, his extended family. VA Legends, man, that's the one thing. It's crazy, man. I look around and I see what AAU is meant to be and what, the goal is, scholarships, exposure, all true. But what we've all created is a family. Like you look at,
Sir.
everybody, even Zach Gross and Toy, all the people, Aaron and Kevin and everybody, Colette, the whole crew, like friendships for life, the brotherhood between Tavyahn, Trey, Tay, everybody, Ryan. It's crazy, man. And I sometimes sit back and watch them get together. So it's real special, man. So we'll end it with this, man. Tavyahn, I'll let you go first, man. You're a senior. You're about to be 18. You're definitely going to play college basketball. And God knows whatever else after that, praying for a healthy career. What do you tell to the young legends or the other young players, as far as, things that they need to work on mentally and physically to become a great player on and off the court? What is your advice to the youngest out there to get and to your level and to go beyond your level? What are your advice to them?
Stay out the way, keep your head down, keep working. That's all. And things gonna be thrown your way. Just go around and go over top of it. Just keep doing y'all. Don't try to impress other people. Impress yourself first. Then worry about all that. But take over our legacy though. That's all I want to say. Keep the
I
legacy
love
going.
it. I love it. I love it. Coach Trolley,
Yes, sir.
to the fathers, to the coaches out there, to the young men watching young ladies, what feedback and advice you have them, man, to be the best version of themselves, to reach their full potential and beyond, man? What do you say to parents, players? What feedback? I know that's a big question, but what do you have to say to them, man, in your own words?
For me, let the kids play. As
Mm,
parents, sit back, let your kids play. Like let them earn everything they get. You don't want nobody you don't want a coach to come in and say, "Oh, you're going to be my starter now." Let them earn it. So with the new VA legends that's coming up and the ones that's leaving, it's a legacy. Like I told Tay and them when it started, it was y'all turn. Now for our younger VA legends, it's y'all turn. Now y'all set the bar for the next up and coming. But as the parents, like we've been saying the whole year, or the whole time we've been on here, we're a family. So if you come in there being a family, we're gonna open our arms to you as a family. But other than that, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. You can go as high as you want. And me, Vick, and all the other VA legend coaches, we trying to push y'all to that point. So from Damien to Coach Vick, me, we looking for other coaches, but right now it's y'all turn. Let's get it back going. Welcome to VA, the VA legends. You
I
see what
love it.
that
I
say?
love it.
Let me show them this. It's MBK, my brother's keeper.
I
That's
love
what
them
that means.
shirts, by the way.
Yes, sir. That's what it means. It's for
I,
them.
s- I swear, if there's one thing y'all got in y'all family is drip. I don't know. Y'all come in, Reese, all y'all Chris, shout out to Chris, even though she don't speak to me during the season because she say we enemies. Y'all whole family come with the gear. I remember one time y'all came, we in PG County up in Suitland, man, and I'm like, man, where y'all get them shirts? Oh, I'm my bad, Vic. I'll get y'all one. But I never got my shirt, ladies and gentlemen, but it's okay.
Oh
No,
man,
but
we gonna make
no,
sure we
no,
get
it's all
you.
good. It's all good, man. Like it's been a lot of fun, gentlemen. I appreciate you taking your time. I know it's a school week, Tavyahn, and you got games, but I appreciate you both, man. This has been great, man. And I want to tell everybody to continue to support our youth, Osbourn basketball, other teams in our district, man. Continue to support these young men and women out here trying to achieve their academic and athletic goals. And make sure, man, y'all continue to have a positive impact and help everybody in this community succeed. Like Charlie said, let's stay together. We are each other's keeper. May God continue to watch over Mike Keenan and his family. We dedicate this episode to him. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, Vicktory Life, to see great episodes like this. And
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you guys coming on. Like I say, every episode, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, make sure you have a positive impact and you live a great legacy, man. Thank y'all, Faison family. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Just appreciate you, man.
Yes,
Legend.
sir.
Be good.